Hi, everybody, and welcome to Nutmeg Notebook. I'm Tami, your host today. Tom's here. He's going to be checking the sound and making sure that everything's working well for us. We have Randy and Jesse with us in the chat feed, and they moderate for us so they can answer questions and post links and just help us out. If you're new to us, welcome. We're glad that you're here with us today. So sometimes we do just open Q&As where you can ask us all of your plant-based questions. Today, however, we have a special guest. You can ask questions. Oh, Tom, thanks. I was getting feedback. You can ask questions, but we'd like to stay on topic today. So we are going to be talking all about the National Health Association and some amazing activities and events that they have coming up. So we have a special guest with us. We have Wanda Huberman, who is the Executive Director of the National Health Association, which we will refer to as the NHA throughout the course of this video today. So without further ado, I want to bring Wanda on. Hi, Wanda.
Hi, Tami. This is so nice of you to have me on and talk about all things NHA for a little bit. I appreciate it.
Yeah, it's my pleasure. It's good to see your face because I haven't seen you for a while. And so, this is really nice. We've traveled together and that's always been really fun. And trust me, you want to travel with Wanda because she's really fun and she brings delicious treats with her as well. And she is willing to share. So we're happy to have you here. We love the National Health Association and the Health Science magazine. And so we're always happy to be able to promote your events and let people know about your organization, because it was back in, 2019 or something, when we found out about you guys at a conference that we were attending in Vegas. And I was like, told me about this and this amazing magazine that you also put out. So I'm going to turn it over to you and just let you tell us about the National Health Association. If you want Tom to bring something up on the screen, just let us know and he can do that for you. And tell us a little bit about the NHA and what you have going on later this month.
Terrific. Thanks, Tami. So the National Health Association is a nonprofit. We've been around since 1948, which I am still amazed that there were doctors who founded this in 1948 before all this scientific research was available. And it's just amazing to go back and read the teachings, which we now put out as timeless teachings, that they knew intuitively, clinically, that are now being scientifically backed up. So that's a lot of fun. We don't sell any products. The whole purpose of our organization is one of education. We want to teach that health results from healthful living. We've had all kinds of slogans. I've been looking at t-shirts lately, and we have living in harmony with nature that's been around. We have t-shirts from the 70s and the 80s that say healthcare is self-care. So we are working with doctors. We talk about why a whole food, plant exclusive lifestyle, when the food is prepared without salt, oil, and sugar, can provide optimal health. And I look at it as, I know the ACLM talks about 6 pillars. I've always talked about the 4 legs of a stool. So when you go back to our mission statement, it just talks about, eating is kind of king. I think that's the most important for our health, but you need to balance it. So we're trying to balance it with exercise and sleep and peace of mind, whatever spirituality that is for you. And so we put out this magazine. Our membership rate is $35 a year, which doesn't even cover printing a 40-page advertisement-free magazine that gets mailed 4 times a year to your house or business, wherever you'd like it. And we've also digitized magazines for over 40 years, which has created quite a library. And as a member, you have free access to all of that. And we have ebooks. Many of these ebooks are even out of print. And if you were to try and buy it, you might find them on eBay for $50 to $100, but you can download them for free as a member. Probably one of the things that the National Health Association does that's unique from almost any other organization that I can think of out there, is that we also recommend or advocate for medically supervised water fasting when needed, when the doctors say there is a purpose. And they've been doing that since 1948. So now, full speed ahead to 2023. We are still putting on annual conferences. I'm so excited about either a slideshow or video that we're putting together for our conference, and I'll talk about the conference in a minute, that goes back to conferences that were being held in 1950, 52. We've got the prices of them, the slogans. You see the way that people were dressed and how many people were coming to learn about whole food plant-based. We think this is kind of avant-garde since so many of these new documentaries have been coming out, and it's really not true. It's just now that there's the internet in the last 20 years, there's so many more ways to get this information. So we do our magazine, and that's the $35 a year, part of your membership benefit. But if you just want to kind of get a feel for where we are, sign up online for our biweekly newsletter. That's free. And it has a lot of great, valuable information. We do a podcast every week. I think it comes out on Thursday, and that's hosted by Dr. Frank Sabatino. He does a fabulous job. What else are we doing? And of course, we do our conferences. So that's the big news of the day. We are counting down. I'm leaving for the conference on June 21st to set up with our AV team. June 22nd, we're going to have some bonus stuff because we must have 80%, maybe 90% of our attendees coming in on Thursday. So Vitamix is going to have some really great surprises. I met with Vitamix at the hotel, and they are just doing a spectacular job to celebrate our 75th anniversary since the founding of the NHA. And they're going to have a great demo and cocktail reception for us. We're going to show a fairly new documentary that's still being screened, and that's From Food to Freedom. Have a little bit of a Q&A panel afterwards. And then I have 5 coach buses. We're going to take 255 people Friday morning on 5 different outings. So if you want to hike with park rangers at a national park, you can do that. If you want to go to the Metro Park, you can do that. If you want to get a one-of-a-kind tour of the Vitamix world headquarters, including their culinary center, their museum, and their homestead, you can do that. So that's a lot of fun as people are signing up and all of these details are coming into play. It's important to me that we're encouraging young families. So we have a children's program that's just coming together fabulously. I have 11 children attending this year, ages 4 to 13. So that's really exciting. What didn't I cover, Tami?
Well, I think you're doing a great job covering it. And Tom and I are excited. We get to attend this year. It'll be our first time to attend the NHA. And I just want to share with everyone that I've talked to who has gone starts going annually, and they tell us that it's the best conference that they attend for the whole year. So you have a wonderful reputation already. So we're very excited. And we also will be doing a cooking demonstration on Saturday, and then doing a cooking demonstration with the children's group on Sunday. So we're very excited about everything, about seeing everybody and going to Vitamix and just everything. It's super exciting. We do have a question for you from Kathy Koch. Wants to know, Wanda, will there be a shuttle for airport runs?
There are no shuttles. As I vetted various hotels, it appears that many hotels have discontinued shuttle service since COVID. So, but The good news is this hotel is only 15 minutes from the airport. It'll be very easy to get an Uber, Lyft, or taxi, and you'll be there in no time.
Okay, perfect. And then another question, are there still any availability for the in-person conference?
A great question. Unfortunately, there is not. Every year we've been selling out, and I keep going to bigger and bigger hotels. We have 360 plus people registered, plus the children. So this will be the biggest we've had. I'm not sure I want to get much bigger. One of the things that I get a lot of feedback is that it's really a great sense of community. 350, 60 people sounds like a lot, but you're all in one space. We're not so spread out, and you'll meet old friends, new friends, and with Facebook and Tami's lives, you're going to come up with names that like, oh, I've been talking to you online for years. And so it's a lot of fun that way. The chef, getting the chefs to do it. This is the second year I've worked with this chef. I did not get to work with him last year, but I worked with him the year before. He did a great job. I've given him every recipe, many of them from Tami, and every menu. And I've told him, you have to pay attention to the details. You have to read labels. I've met with him 3-4 times now. We've had label reading courses. And today he wrote to me with specifics like, okay, where's the coconut aminos? Where do I source that? And tell me more about specifically what kelp you use. And so I can show them photos and tell them where to source it. And they are paying really close attention to getting what makes all of our meals whole food, plant exclusive, salt, oil, sugar free, a lot of gluten free, and it'll be labeled. If it's got nuts, you're going to know it. If it has soy, you're going to know it. If it does have a touch of miso, it's going to be labeled. And I try and do a wide variety. I too, like most everybody else here, have been influenced by Chef AJ and realizing that many of the people who come love nuts, and many of them want to stay away from nuts, and there's a variety. So I try and have dressings at every meal that accommodate both styles, because we don't
all eat exactly the same way.
Right.
And so that's good. I'm excited about that. Okay, so people can't go unless they've already purchased a ticket. But Wanda and I want to tell you that if you show up at the NHA conference, please come up and introduce yourself to us. And because that is exciting for us. We love that. We want to get to put a face with a name. And, like Wanda gets emails from people and she answers people emails, but you don't get to see who it is you're talking to through the emails. And so please, you will not be bothering us. Please come up and introduce yourself, because that's very exciting for us. You guys get to see our face, but we want to see your face as well. So if they didn't already purchase tickets and can't go to the conference, what do you have to offer them?
Right. I'm going to just go back to the people that are there for a second, because we'll be having it again the last weekend in June 2024. So you can attend virtually. We'll talk more about the virtual in a second. The really fun thing is our speakers come for the majority of the weekend, and they like the camaraderie too. They like to connect with other doctors, and they like to connect with people who value what they're working so hard to teach. And so they're going to be hanging out in the hallway. If there's a seat at Dr. Campbell's table with Dr. Campbell and his wife, Karen, you're going to sit and have dinner with Colin and Karen, or any of the other doctors, the same thing. So that's a lot of fun. But because we know that not everybody can get there, and because we're sold out, we're offering it virtually. And we've gone through a lot of research and worked really hard to have a very interactive platform. So you'll see once you register virtually, I'm using a platform called Hopin. I don't know if that's new to everybody or a lot of people. Super simple to use, and it allows us to live stream and be interactive. So I've got people at the conference that are what I call the NHA virtual team. So when we're asking questions of the doctors, you're going to be typing your questions in the chat session. And if I'm the one walking around with the microphone, or somebody else that's working there, they're going to come back to the people monitoring the virtual computer and say, oh, Joan in Texas wants to know about this. So you will have a chance. And if you don't get it answered by the doctor, we've got medical interns that are there on scholarship, and we'll try and get questions answered. Virtually, you're actually going to get more content than the people in person, because virtually, when we stop for our meals, we're going to keep giving you content, and it's all recorded. And so for the replay, if you miss something, you have access to the replay for a year. And breaking news, Tami, I haven't announced this anywhere else, but for those attending in person, as a celebration of our 75th, they're all going to have access to the replay as well, which is so nice. You don't have to be feverishly copying down all the notes and taking pictures of the slides. You're going to have all that to go home with. And so you'll get to break out into groups. You'll get to ask questions. We're going to have a virtual exhibitors booth. So you can go over to an exhibitor's booth and find out what they have. Vitamix will have a booth. We'll talk a little bit later about our plant-based cruising. WinStar is going to be at the conference. They'll have a booth. Many of our health coaches, they'll have booths. Some Plant Pure Pod leaders will have a booth. I didn't bring that whole list in front of me of who has vendor booths. And we'll have some raffles online. We'll have raffles in person. Tami and Tom have been extraordinary about helping us get more raffle prizes than we've ever offered in the future. So the whole theme of the 75th is more information, more time to connect. So I've made our meals a little bit longer and celebratory. I'm just working on finishing up our schedule. I've updated it. I now have all the lectures that are going to be given. I'll be updating that online. But Friday night, after Dr. Kim Williams speaks, we're going to have a fun trivia night with Dr. Esser. And Saturday night's going to be so much fun. We're going to have a night of music, a jam session with Dr. Sabatino and our yoga teacher. So it's just going to be a lot of fun. The swimming pool, for those watching that are coming, this hotel has a magnificent indoor swimming pool. So if you think you want to give yourself some time to enjoy that, that'll be great.
Wonderful. Hey, we have a, is there still a discount though? First, let me ask that
Yes, so
for the virtual.
it. There were several podcasts and Zooms that I was doing, and I said, let's try and get as much of that in. So the early bird rate of $97, you can still get. Tami's going to have the link in her show notes. And you can get that through June 10th. So it's already June 7th. So sign up in the next couple of days and take advantage of the early bird discount.
Awesome. So it'll be really fun. I think you guys will really enjoy it. And it's the second best thing if you can't travel there. It's the second best way to enjoy
the other thing I'm working on, as soon as the chef confirms, actually I might be able to do this by the weekend, creating an e-cookbook of every recipe and every menu, including the Thursday night Vitamix recipes. And that'll go in. The people attending virtually, I forgot the biggest thing, you're getting a swag bag worth over $1,500. And if the e-cookbook is ready, I'll put that in the swag bag. I'm 80-90% sure I'll have it ready.
Nice. Oh, that's very exciting. So, okay, so that's it about the conference and what we have going on there.
Gina had a quick question.
And yeah, I've got it. Gina is asking about the trips that the NHA offers, and she's wondering if you have plans to offer any more affordable trips.
Right. So I'm really pleased the Tahiti trip has come in at a price point that was much better than what I expected. The higher end rooms are sold out. So right now there's rooms available for just under $3,000 a person to about maybe $3,300 a person. So that's all your meals, your lodging, and any of the entertainment on board, as well as access to the water sports platform, which will be great for people who just want to walk off the boat and hop on a kayak or a sail, one of those sun sails, or a stand-up paddleboard, or they have what they call this rolling ocean mat and a trampoline, and you can just walk off the boat in the middle of Bora Bora and enjoy all those opportunities. So we are about 85% sold out for Tahiti, which is February 2025. So go on our website, go to the events tab and drop down to plant-based travel. You'll see all the trips we have coming up. I think, well, I was going to say Costa Rica and Panama Canal are sold out. And I did not get a chance to talk with our travel advisor, Lisa McCarroll, today. There may be a couple of openings that just came up this week.
Okay, so the last time I talked to her, she did say that to encourage people to contact her and get put on a waiting list because life happens. And, people end up having to cancel because something's going on in their life that prevents them from going. Let's explain one of the reasons why the NHA chooses to do the WindStar cruises
Thank
and
you.
how
It's
it
an
relates
important
to our food.
Right. There's several important reasons that we have partnered with WindStar. One is we've been working now for 3 years at least. When did you go to Greece and Israel with WindStar, Tami?
We went to Greece in
Or not Israel, just Greece.
not Israel, just Greece in 2021.
Okay, so we've been working with
October.
them since 2020, and they were using our menus and recipes. Now they are so good at understanding local flavor profiles and how to use herbs and spices, and they fully get the no added salt, oil, sugar. They fully understand not using processed packaged foods and reading labels for anything that might be packaged. So WindStar just does a they're calling Tahiti culinary extravaganza. I say all of their food is phenomenal. So Tahiti is exciting because they gave us a challenge. And, most ships, if you want it to be just your group, you have to charter it. NHA is a nonprofit. There is no way, as my fiduciary duty, that I could take on that financial responsibility. And they said, well, how about if we give you 3 months, and if you can sell the ship, we'll make it whole food, plant-based. Well, within a month, we had three-fourths of the ship sold. And so WindStar has contacted me and said, the whole ship will be plant-based if you never sell another cabin, because they're going to start marketing it. Dr. Furman and his wife are coming. They're telling their people this is just a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to come. And so they are now marketing this as a plant-based culinary extravaganza where there will be no animal products served on this boat. I don't know what the crew is eating, of course, but nothing served to passengers. And I'm also really proud of WindStar's effort. We've watched them work with farmers in these communities and do farm to table service, and their sustainability programs. They're small by comparison. I really, at this point, cannot envision booking a cruise ship that has 800 or 1,000 people. We really like the intimacy of these boats. The WindStar has 6 ships, and they range from 148 passengers to 312 passengers. So it's small. They have sustainability practices where they're not dumping in the ocean. They are getting rid of gray water at ports. They don't have plastic on board. Your room will have a pitcher of water refilled every day. They recreated in 2019 during COVID. They put in all new engines so that they burn at a better fuel rate. That they even have a spotter so that if they see animals, they were trying to leave port in Florida. They were 45 minutes delayed because there were sea otters playing. I'm like, well, this is their world. We're going to wait for them. And so they're doing everything they can possibly do to make this sustainable and to provide this healthy version for us. And I've watched them online now. They're even telling people that this is not just a vegan diet. It is a healthy way of eating. And I've watched some of their crew members starting to eat this way. And so it's really exciting that they're supporting NHA and we're having these cruises. And so we're booked out now through 2025. We're also going to be going to Ireland and Scotland in 2025 after Tahiti. So there are lots of opportunities and we'll just keep booking.
Yeah, and so we love their attention to detail. We love the fact that they get to know your name. They get to know what your preferences are. So they see you come in and they're like, oh, I have this for you today, whether it's a fruit or what have you. There was a fruit bowl in our rooms that our room attendant constantly was refreshing our fruit bowl. I mean, just the details. Tom and I took an excursion that included a meal when we were in Greece, and they called ahead and arranged for an SOS-free meal for us. We were the only ones on that excursion that were SOS-free vegan, and they called ahead and made arrangements for that for us. I mean, We've been on more than one cruise with them, and they remember us. Like, you get to see some of the same people that are working on the cruise will be on your next cruise, and it's wonderful. And one of the reasons that it's much easier to do this with a cruise line is because you're dealing with one chef and one kitchen. And like when we went to Greece, our chef went shopping for things when we would pull into port. And he would say, oh, I got this for you guys today. And I'm gonna make it tonight for you for dinner. And the chefs are really excited about cooking for us. And they'll come out to see, like, did you like what I made today? It's just so much fun. And so you have control because you're working with that one chef and that one kitchen. To do land travel and try to do vegan SOS free would be nearly impossible, because you would be dealing with different chefs and different restaurants or hotel kitchens on a daily basis. And it would be pretty impossible to do what you and Lisa have been able to do, to curate these menus and teach these chefs how to do it the right way. And so, that's another reason that it makes cruising make sense.
And Tami, neither of us talked about the beautiful staterooms. When I first started cruising, I'm thinking this is going to be like bunk beds and a downsized college dorm from the 70s. It's far from that. Every room is a suite. So whether you're getting the starport room that has just the portholes as opposed to a window or a balcony, they're all 277 square feet. You're getting walk-in closets, bathrooms with double sinks, a living room and a bedroom area. They're beautiful.
It's luxurious. It really is. And you know what? I was thinking about this yesterday. I actually made a video that Tom and I never posted when we went to Alaska last year. I did a video of our room when we first got there. So I should put that in the Facebook group so that people who are going to be going for the first time can see how spacious the rooms are. And we've been on a different cruise line, and our room was not spacious.
Right.
There was just enough room to walk around the bed, They
do an amazing job for storage. Like, there's plenty of room to put your stuff away.
Oh, there is. And I'm a terrible packer. I take everything. And there was plenty of room in the closet to hang everything that I wanted to hang.
And there's one other thing, Tami, about the cruises. We have, when you mentioned Facebook, if you want to see some of the pictures of the food and more of the information, we have a paid National Health Association Whole Food Plant-Based Travel. So if maybe Tami, you can put that link in your show notes.
Tom, if you could find the Facebook group for the NHA for the travel, and then we could put that in.
Resource too.
Backing up just a little bit, Gina wants to know how long are the virtual videos from the live stream going to be available for people who purchase?
They'll be up for at least a year. And the truth is, I'm still selling them for my 2021 conference. As long as my web host designer doesn't tell me I'm running out of space, I'll leave them there, but I'm committed for a minimum of a year.
And that's perfect, because that gives you plenty of time to, watch all of that. That's awesome. Okay. I'm going to check here and see if I've missed any other questions. Dave wants to know, Wanda, will the Ireland and Scotland cruise also be whole food plant-based?
So the Tahiti is the only one where we've taken over the entire ship. Typically, Alaska, they allowed us to bring 100. Typically on their larger ships, 50 to 60 is the max, because even though they're serving people that eat a standard American diet, they are providing private dining for us. So our dining room is just buffet, whole food, plant-based, anywhere you go, plus your room service. Anywhere on the ship that there is food served, you will have whole food, plant-based options. So it is probable that Dublin and Ireland will be 50 people, wonderful buffets, very much like Tami experienced in Greece and Alaska, but the whole ship won't be this way. This is rumor, you can't count on it, but they're really working on coming up with 3 cruises a year that are going to be exclusive culinary whole food plant-based opportunities.
That'd be wonderful. And
Right.
I just also want to point out, Wanda, that one of our followers emailed us a couple months ago, I think it was, and he said that he went on a Windstar cruise, not an NHA one. He just went on Windstar, and he was so delighted to find NHA approved foods on the buffet.
That is how extraordinary Windstar is. They contacted me, said, can we use your logo? Will you partner with us? Every single ship, every single cruise, every single menu and buffet will have whole food, plant-based, SOS-free options. They're committed that this is the way people should be eating and that they want to provide that. And I don't know that any other cruise line is providing it on such a wide scale. You know, I've traveled on other places, and you can probably get things if you plan ahead and you commit to which restaurant you're going to go to. And it's a bit of an effort. It's so fun to go to Windstar. It's no effort. You just get to vacation.
Absolutely. Gina wants to know, do you think that they'll be going back to Alaska with, I mean, I know they do Alaska, but will there be another NHA Alaska cruise, do you think?
Not for a while, only because once you go on these cruises, you won't believe it, I have people going on every single NHA cruise. And so they want to go to different places. So until we sort of run out of the need to different places, we probably won't go back to Alaska. But as we're booking more and more of them, Alaska is certainly a big seller for Windstar. So I would just say, make sure you're watching the NHA Facebook page. We didn't talk about becoming a member of the National Health Association. So Tami, is it okay if I jump to that right now?
Yes, please do.
That would be your best way. So you would be getting newsletters from me. You would see it on our webpage. Our webpage is healthscience.org. And for $35 a year for those in the US, you will become a member and you'll get one of these magazines. Tami has one sitting on her desk, but one is delivered to your home quarterly, and then the library. And if Tom could maybe pop up the other membership benefits. I told Tami I had a long day of babysitting a bunch of children, so I'm a little delayed in my thought processes. So the Health Science Magazine, the NHA newsletter, we talked about the ebooks that are online. There are some members only section and the discounts. So Vitamix offers incredible discounts to our members. That's another, if you are thinking about buying a Vitamix, I'm telling you, attend virtually. Some of the things that Vitamix is offering you won't be able to get anywhere else. They're offering it just for this virtual conference.
Yeah, Wanda, there was actually, I just dropped my microphone. I'm sorry, you guys. There was actually a question from Lisa about that. Because Vitamix has a program right now through the affiliate group, which we're part of, on the Venturist, which is one of the self-detect models. And I'm on this camera, and it is $150 off. So it nets at $300. Her question is, and it's just on that one model, 5-year warranty. Refurb means it's been out to a factory store, a big box store, and perhaps back. All the components that touch food have been replaced with new. Only the motor and the main housing is being reshipped in the new packaging. But I know, of course, that NHA has a standard discount on Vitamix products through your links. So there is something extra special going on for the conference. She should maybe wait and attend the virtual conference and make a decision then.
Right, because it's only a couple of weeks. Is the Venturist going to be on sale through the end of June? You know
what? Well, that's my other point. It was originally, it started with us as a focused program with Nutmeg Notebook, because they have, it's kind of an inventory clearance thing. Yeah. And so our agent at Vitamix told us that they're just going to let it run because it's kind of inventory clearance situation now.
Right.
They had quite a few of them, and we have moved a number of them, but they are still available until in one of those where well supply lasts. Well, it could be over tomorrow. I before I did this morning's newsletter, I went into Vitamix, I put one in the cart and I checked the price, and yep, the Nutmeg notebook discount was applied, $150. So the net price was $299, which is a great price on that machine.
What's
But if
the
you want a
normal
new,
price?
if you want a new 3500 or
Wanda wants to know, what is it new?
$449 is the regular price. It's $150 off. So, but if you want,
what is the discount on that? Is that like 30%?
we paid like $650 for ours at Costco when we bought it.
For
The
the Ventures?
refurbished price for Vitamix is usually $450, and right now it's $299. So it's almost half price.
Yeah. The Vitamix
almost
deal,
half
I can
price.
tell you, the Vitamix deal will not be 40%. So if you know you want the Venturist, I'd say grab the Venturist while it's there.
Yeah, and those links were in the newsletter or even in our show notes, I think too. But for one of the other models, the NHA discount is great. So because
And what they're going to offer during the virtual conference is even better than the NHA discount.
Okay.
There's something even
And it's going to be off
Okay.
any of their products. So if you want, the immersion blender is fabulous. I know Tami, am I the one that told you about the food processor?
Yes. And
It's a
I
game
got it based on your recommendation, and I'm so glad I did.
I shredded beets, fresh beets in it the other day, and then put a little bit of apple cider vinegar on them, and then we just loved that for like 3 or 4 days. It was so tasty. It was almost like pickled beets, but they were just vinegared beets.
And so
But
easy.
the shredder,
easy.
the
It's the
shredder
best
went,
food
it just
processor.
went right through, and they were
easy.
nothing like you couldn't buy anything like that in a store. They were great.
I haven't talked to you guys about their food recycler. And now that
we have it.
We
I'm in
got it.
full-blown garden season, I'm using the food recycler and putting the
Yeah, no,
stuff, flowers in my
I've-
vegetable garden.
I've done a half a dozen batches now. We're new to that technology, but as you instructed me, I took one of the little batches and I put a little bit around the base of each tomato plant. So we're working on it. I've filmed some videos and stuff. We haven't published anything because I'm learning my way. That's my piece of equipment actually. So rather than Tammy's. So
I just filled the bucket.
yeah,
Same thing
well,
in my
we're working
house.
on,
Yeah,
From you.
yeah,
my
we're
house is
working
the
on
same.
remembering to save our scraps.
yes,
Okay,
I
so
know.
There is a question from Kathy. She says, will you reduce the membership fee or have swag if I sign up for the NHA membership at the conference?
No, $35 a year is just as low as I can go. We haven't raised that price since 1978. It
Barely covers your publishing
doesn't.
and mail.
Right. And I've approached the board about, we really should increase it. And it just goes back that our mission is one of education, and we're just holding on as long as we can, that we want as many people to have access to this. So we're not raising the price anytime soon.
Awesome. And Annette would like to know, Wanda, is the magazine mailed to Canada also?
It is mailed all over the world. I will tell you, if it's out of the US, it's $55 a year. And that's a better deal than I even realized. I just subscribed for another magazine in Canada, and it's like $100. They do it based on postage rate. We just, for many years, set 55, and with all the rates and the postage that have gone up so much over the last 5 years, not to mention 25 or 40 years, we haven't changed that price either. So anybody from Canada probably knows that 55 is still a good deal to get it mailed to your house.
Absolutely. Kathy would like to know.
Let me talk one more thing. I'm sorry,
Yeah,
Tam.
sure.
For those that are international, if you want it at the $35 price and you're happy with the PDF version, we can do that. If you're not getting it mailed and you just want the digital copy, you can certainly still get $35 a year.
Okay, that's a good option. Kathy wants to know, would it be better to become a member at the conference, or does it matter if she signs up online instead?
I'd say sign up online instead. You're not going to be waiting at any lines, at the conference. There's no benefit to waiting. I'd love to see you sign up now and let us know you signed up because you're coming to the conference or because you were watching Tami and Tom's show.
So we have a question about how to sign up for the membership and get the magazine. Tom, would you be able to bring it up on the screen so that they can see? You go to the website.
Yeah.
And there it says, there we go. And there's health science. So I'm sorry, what did you say, Wanda?
The website is healthscience.org. And if you go over, Tami, to the join, all the way over.
You over here?
All the way to the right.
All the way to the right, click on join or renew.
And then just keep paging down, and there you go, are all the various options. So if I could take a minute, since we're showing it here, membership,
Sure.
Basic membership, 35, 55 outside the US. You can see that there's a Century Club for 100 and a Life membership for 1,000. Those are both primarily ways to support the NHA. Life members do get first notice of our cruises, and we're finding that this is a small ship, and there are people that want very specific staterooms. And I've had a lot of people become Life members because they want that early notice. Then after we notify Life members, we notify Century Club. So certainly many have joined up at the Century Club level. The unique thing about the Century Club level, you pay $100 a year for 10 years, and then you're a Life member and you never have to pay again. So that's what those two are.
Nice. And you guys, you will, not only are you helping a wonderful organization, but you're getting an amazing magazine that doesn't have any advertising in it. It has incredible interviews that they do with the plant-based doctors. Some of the plant-based doctors write articles for the magazine. They share people's journeys in plant-based and how it has changed their lives. There's amazing SOS-free whole food plant-based recipes in every issue. I mean, it's the only magazine like this, and it's the only magazine that we subscribe to currently. And we just so much look forward to it every quarter, and you'll love it. I know that you will love it. Kim wants to know, how much space does the food recycler take up?
Oh, do
What did
you
you
have
guys
one?
say?
A little bit more than a Vitamix, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you put two Vitamixes side by side, it takes up that much space.
Yeah, about the space of two of them side by side.
Yeah.
That's probably
Yeah,
a good description.
I'm gonna go get that. The only thing that is in the kitchen is the bucket. I bought a bucket off of Amazon. I don't know if I put that on our Amazon shop. That's the same size as the food cycle, which we actually keep out in the garage. We run it out in the garage. We don't run it in the house. So
I had no kitchen counter space
so
left to put it.
let me grab this
That's
thing.
a great idea. I may steal that idea.
Yeah, we put it in the garage, and then it can run, and
This is the only thing that's in the kitchen right here. This little
we keep it by the
yeah,
sink.
and it's got a little charcoal lid so so smells don't get out. And then you see strawberries and tea bags in there if you want to see the nitty gritty. And some asparagus and all the little fiber bits from our plants.
But Tom has a video, you guys. He'll have to get it published, but he just wanted to use it for a little bit. You know, we always feel more comfortable after we've used something so that we can answer people's questions. But we have a video that we will be putting up on our YouTube channel about it. Kathy says there is a space for a coupon when signing up for the membership. Is there a coupon code? No, there is a coupon code.
That's really a function of our web designer. I wanted to take it off because it does cause confusion.
Yeah, all sites have coupon boxes. So ours does too. Sometimes we do have a coupon, but
Can I throw a pitch out to Vitamix? Because they've just been so generous with the NHA. And I don't know how many people know that Vitamix has been around for over 100 years. and that they have a whole, I was going to say a whole program. They have a marketing program called Whole, and they designed the Vitamix based on wanting to use more whole foods in their own household. And so this is just, and it's still a family-owned business. And the majority shareholder, John Barnard, is going to be at the conference. Actually, we're going to honor him Saturday. He's just an amazing man. And he supports the NHA. He provides for 2 medical students to come. He pays their way because he just finds it's really important to him that doctors are learning this and that parents are learning to raise children this way. And they're just a family-owned company. I've had a chance to go through the warehouse. It's amazing, the detail and the service. They just really care about the customer. Once you're a Vitamix owner, you'll see that pretty clearly.
Oh, yeah. And, we work with some people at Vitamix, and it's been the best relationship for us. They absolutely love their jobs, and they love the Vitamix products, and they know absolutely everything. Like, we can call up or send an email and say, we're wondering about this. Oh my gosh, you will get the best explanation, because they love what they do. They love the Vitamix products. They love what they do, and they're passionate about it. And they've been the nicest people for us to work with. We're very happy to be affiliated with them. It's a great company, and we love all of our Vitamix products.
Yeah, and they as you know, that you actually started the arrangement. We're going there on Thursday morning before the conference so we can film the museum tour, and we're going to spend some time in the kitchen with the chefs and have them talk about their Vitamix recipe development process and everything that's in the kitchen. And then see the museum, and then Ryan's going to take us into the area where they actually do all the servicing and manage the refurbished machines that we were talking about earlier, how those are all certified and repackaged and made ready to go back out. Corporate headquarters, I put a note in an email to him that could we see the research and development room, or at least take a picture of the door of the research and development room, because there might be secrets in there. I've been on corporate factory tours and in my former job, in my former industry, and often the R&D department was closed to all visitors because there's secrets in there. So
one of the things that is not a secret that's new, if it hasn't come out online, it'll be at the conference, so I'll give that spoiler alert. They're coming up with different color canisters, pink and green, and that's going to be fun, and it's going to be so practical for people who maybe have a child with nut allergies, so that this color canister will keep pure from that type of cross-contamination.
That would be good for us.
Yeah, we'll be publishing about those later in the month. I have dates. I have release dates so it is a spoiler alert. We can't talk about them right now.
And Tom, I almost did what you said. I was at Vitamix a couple of weeks ago, working on things for the conference, working on you guys going in on Thursday, and they started showing me around stuff, and I'm like, oh, I need a picture, and they're like, oh, no, you don't.
They'll tell us what we can.
We are being chaperoned carefully, I'm sure.
So, Wanda, Libby J would like to know, she just signed up for the NHA membership at the $35 level, but she would like to change that now to the Century level. How could she do that?
Send me an email, whuberman@healthscience.org, and I'll send you a reply on how you can pay the balance, and we'll get it switched right over for you.
Perfect.
And since we're talking about membership and we're on Tami's show, I'm going to send an offer out. Anybody that's watching that wants to take a look at a PDF version before they actually buy, or they just want that extra PDF version, send me an email, say that you heard about the NHA on this show with Tami and Tom, and I'll send you a free PDF. Actually, I'm going to tell you to send it to my husband, because I'm meeting with Windstar tomorrow. I'm doing podcasting up to the conference. He'll be quicker at replying to the email. So send an email to Huberman, M for Mark, at healthscience.org, and he'll send you a PDF and version. And then if you sign up, and while supplies last, we'll go ahead and send you the hard copy. So you'll actually get 5 for the price of 4.
Nice.
And the next one will be coming out. The next summer issue is going to the printer next week. So if you sign up now, you're going to be ripe to get the summer issue.
Perfect. So Dave says, we loved our first NHA magazine, the last edition. Will we still get them sent via mail throughout the entire year membership?
Yes. Yeah. Every
Yeah.
quarter you're going to
Quarterly.
get in the mail.
Yeah, that's what I always try to remind people. It's quarterly. You're not going to get, there's not an issue every month. It is quarterly.
It's seasonally. You know, we try and do a summer, fall, spring, and winter issue.
Yes.
Wanda, Gina has a question about the vitamin, because we're talking about the Vitamix kitchen recipe development and so forth. On their boxes now, when the boxes come, it's all plants, the outside of the box. But in the cookbook, there's a combination of plant-based stuff and standard American diet stuff. Do you know if they're working on an exclusive plant-based cookbook to share? Have you heard
You may
anything
be able
about
to
that?
find that out Thursday when you go, or we can ask at the conference if it doesn't come up. I have not heard. I have not heard of
Okay.
plant-based
All right. Well,
cookbooks.
Gina, we'll put that on our list of things to do while we're there, getting our tour. So we'll see
If
what
they
they have
think
to
there's
say about
a
that.
Tom, Vitamix is so receptive. If they think there's a need and that's a product that would be purchased, I bet they would put it on their list.
Yeah. Yeah. We checked the internet. We were having a discussion with our daughter, who is, as you know, is also plant-based, and 5% of the country is vegetarian, and then another 2% are totally vegan. Did I get that right? So generally speaking, the market for plant meals is about 7% of the total market. So in terms of marketing algorithms, that's not great, but it's growing. And you just look at the real estate on grocery stores of, not necessarily healthy, but plant-based products. The shelf space for those keeps getting wider and wider as you visit the grocery store. So it's coming along just slowly.
It is encouraging. So Tami talked about being involved in this. When did you start, Tami? 2012?
10. Oh, no, 12. It's been 10 years. Yes, 2000.
Right. And my journey started in about 1989. So just seeing the difference over the last 30 some years.
Mhm.
I knew nothing about this lifestyle till I met my husband. And today is our 32nd wedding anniversary. So
Oh, congratulations.
Happy anniversary. That's awesome. Daria would like to know if Vitamix will ever have a glass container.
That's going to be a great thing we're going to see in the museum. I think the stainless steel may be the best option. I'm not aware of any glass container. And that would be an engineering. Yeah, that would be an engineering thing too.
It would be really heavy. Imagine the 64-ounce full. It would be really, really heavy. We have the stainless steel and we love it. We love the stainless steel one. There was another question I saw. Oh, Wanda, can you repeat Mark's email? And Tom, could you put it in the chat?
Sure. It's
Okay, ready.
M as in Mark, M Huberman, MHUBERMAN at healthscience.org.
Perfect.
Sorry, if you can you hear the dog barking?
That's okay. It's not very loud.
Gosh, I may ask them to put him in the basement.
He's like, I know you're in there.
Right. Not only do I have my granddaughter, but when my daughter and my granddaughter come, their dog comes too.
Okay. That's nice. It's nice that they're there with you. That's wonderful. Okay. Yeah, there are some. Daria says, I have a non-Vitamix blender that has a glass container.
It might
there
not, I don't know if it's the power of the Vitamix that's so strong. I don't know that it can work with glass.
Yeah, the high speed. I've never seen a high powered blender with a glass container, but there certainly could be.
Right.
Yeah, but we do like our stainless steel one. You can't see what's happening in there. You have to stop it and take the lid off and look. But I'm at the point now where so many of the things I make are my regular things that I make, and so I know exactly how long it's going to take, and so I don't need to see in to see them. So okay, well, it looks like we've pretty much covered all of the questions. And anything else that you would like to add, Wanda?
I think we've covered everything. I'd appreciate the support. We love growing our membership base. My goal as executive director would be to provide stability, continuing stability for this organization, because I hope to be a guest at their 100th anniversary.
Oh, nice. Wouldn't that be fun if we were all there? Yes.
There's no reason living this lifestyle that it could
Right.
happen.
It could. It very well could happen. That would be really awesome.
Yep.
That would make for a really good group picture too.
Wouldn't that be awesome, right? And that's, I guess, for the virtual conference, I do have 2 AV teams. So it is a very professional live streaming interactive session that you're going to see. I hire the one Cleveland video that does more the audio, and then another one that does the cameras. They're going to have cameras, so you're going to see the demos and curtains and lighting. You'll be very happy with the quality. It'll be a well spent $97.
Nice. Well, we're looking forward to seeing you in a couple of weeks. We will see you. Yeah, 2 weeks from today, actually.
Exactly.
We will see you. Wow, it's coming up fast. So we're excited. Thank you so much for spending an hour with us and explaining everything about the NHA. I think it's obvious that we did introduce a lot of people to the organization that didn't know about you before today. So that's very exciting. Tom and I love to be able to spread the word about all the amazing people in the plant-based community that are helping to educate everyone. And did you have anything that you wanted to add, Tom?
No, I'm good. We have some logistics to cover with Wanda, so we need to have her stay in the waiting room while we sign off with the rest of the group and make our announcements for next week. If she can hang out, can you hang out for a little bit, Wanda, in the waiting room?
Can. So thanks, Tami, Tom. Thanks for the audience, giving me a chance to talk about the NHA, which is clearly my passion. I appreciate it.
You did a great job.
All right. We'll be seeing you soon.
Okay.
That'll be on go to the view and go to speaker view.
Got it.
And then we can go down here. Hang on, everybody. We'll get our housekeeping taken care of here. And here's Wanda. And
put in waiting room. There you go.
There
Good
we
job,
go.
honey. You did good.
Okay, and then we can close that.
And we're on camera too.
I'm going to put you back on. Okay, well, yeah, we can stay on camera too for the moment. So, well, I'm going to put you back on. You need to update people on our time change and our guests for next week.
Okay. So next week we will be on Wednesday, but it will be at 9 a.m. Pacific time, which will be 12 noon Eastern time. And we have Sia from 60 Living from Greece on next Wednesday. And so that she wouldn't have to get up in the middle of the night, we're changing our time to 9 a.m. Pacific, 12 Eastern. So that'll just be evening time for her.
And if that's too early for you, feel free to catch the replay.
Yes, and if you can't make that, then you'll be able to watch the replay. Tom will send out an email probably the night before with a link. And for the replays, you always use the same link to watch it, whether you're going to watch it live or watch the replay. It'll be the same link, and it'll be right here on Nutmeg Notebook on YouTube. And then just to let you know, then we are going to take the rest of June and July and August off, but from our regular weekly show. But if something comes up and we're super excited about something, we might hop on and do an unannounced live to, do a really cool, awesome grocery haul or farmer's market haul or something like that. So, anyway, we just thought, we could enjoy a little more pool time with the grandkids.
All the late night TV show hosts, they get a summer break. And so
Is that what we're doing?
So we're taking a summer break because everybody else gets a summer break. So, but yeah, we'll still be working. And if we have a great grocery haul or something like that, we will put it on screen.
Yeah.
We will be doing some uploads, catching up on some editing and so forth.
Yeah, we've got a lot of stuff in the queue that we need to get edited and get posted to
so you will be
YouTube.
hearing from us.
Yeah, we're not going to disappear. And like we said, if you are at the NHA conference, please come up and introduce yourself to us. We are never bothered by that. In fact, we enjoy it. And so don't be shy. Please do come up and introduce yourselves, because that's really great fun for us. And if we're sitting at a table and there's room, please come sit with us and enjoy a meal with us as well. So you will not be interfering or disrupting us. We would be excited about that.
Randy doesn't get a summer break. She's got the wrong job.
Oh, you got to be a school teacher or.
I don't get weekends off necessarily either on this job.
No, that's true. It's true. So we would like to thank Randy and Jesse for being here today and moderating for us. We really appreciate that, you guys. And thank you everyone for joining us and for all the wonderful questions that you guys asked. It's been a pleasure. So that's it for today. I'm Tami.
And I'm Tom.
And we help you
get healthy and stay healthy. One meal at a time. Bye-bye.
See you next week. Bye.